How's everybody doing this evening? My name is Israel Vargas. I'm the owner and founder of Westpro Sons LLC Painting here in Kennewick, Washington. And I just want to make this introduction video for Westpro Sons for the benefit of those that don't know who we are. We've been in Tri-Cities, Washington for almost 20 years. And we have the pleasure of working with some great contractors in the area, met great clients, great people in the community. But there's still people that don't know who we are, and that's why I want to make this video to explain what Westpro Sons is all about. What do we base our services, what principles do we have, what values, I should say, we have, because I feel like that's important. It's contractors. We get hired to go do work inside people's homes, right? And inside their homes, they have valuables. They have beautiful couches, tables. They have hardwood floors, carpets, and lamps, pictures, paintings. And I feel like when people know why we do what we do with so much care, that we really show that we understand before you even say something to us, how we conduct ourselves inside your home or around your property, that even makes you nervous or relaxes you. So when you don't have to tell us how we're supposed to do our work, and you clearly see just by conducting ourselves that you're like, oh, they get it. They're treating my things right. So that's why I feel like knowing the company, what are the strongest principles of their company, how they run their business, is very important to our clients to know. And obviously, I'm going to probably let you know a little bit about my background. And that way you have a better picture of what our service and why I believe what I believe are providing you with the highest quality service possible. My journey started back in California when I was a teenager. I started painting with a company with this. Actually, first I was hired by this older couple to strip down their Victoria home that had been painted for many years over and over. And they bought the house and they wanted to bring it back to the original stain beams and trim. So for 4 months with steel wool stripper, I stripped the whole house down and get it ready for paint. Obviously, I didn't paint it because they hired this professional lady to do the staining, even though I wanted to do it. But I was just 17 years old and they didn't trust me, I don't think. And they hired somebody else. But from there, I started working with a painting company for 9 months. I decided to quit the painting industry because I didn't like how a lot of the painters at the time, they were behaving, smoking a pipe and that kind of stuff. So I decided to go into carpentry. And from there, I had a pleasure to work, or the privilege, I should say, to work in many, many trades, in most of the trades in construction. I feel very fortunate that I learned pretty much every single trade. Everywhere I went, soon as they find out that I knew how to paint, they put me back to painting. It was in 2001 when finally I told my wife, looks like I was destined to paint. I run away from painting and painting is always following me. So I'm just going to get my license and I'm going to start painting for myself. Considering the idea that I was going to own a painting company, I went after that and still work for a restoration company in Grover Beach, California for I think 3.5 years or so. Was running their paint department. Then after that company, I just went on my own. Started my little service company, Handyman Services. Handy Home Services was the name of that little company. In 2006, moved to Washington. That's when I established Westpro and Sons LLC Painting. And we've been here ever since. One of the reasons that I decided to start my company, the main reason, is because I realized once you learn how to do something well, even your supervisors and sometimes even your own boss don't support you. They always try to make your life hard just because you don't outshine somebody else. I got so tired of that and always being told that that was good enough when clearly there were things that the companies they were not doing well, not with the customer in mind. They were cutting corners using cheaper materials, always making or creating more work for us as painters with quality products, and obviously not being honest with the clients, with the homeowners. I promised myself that I was gonna start my company in giving my customers the best. Every single one of them that hire me for pay, I was going to give them my best. I was going to give all my knowledge in exchange for the pay that they were going to give me. Obviously, seeing people that had problems with their family, I mean, because of their business, they got in trouble with their family, spending too much time. I promised myself from the very, very beginning, and I had this very clear. I want my company to benefit my family, not destroy my family. So I fought and fought to be balanced as much as I could, to spend time with my family and not working all the time. But I knew, and this is very important what I'm going to say right now for other companies and other people thinking about starting their own businesses. Before I started my business, when I was in the process, I had to answer one question. I always knew that I needed to sacrifice something. I have to give the best to my clients. But what was exactly what I was willing to sacrifice? What was what I was not? And I have to answer that question. And it was, I'm not willing to sacrifice my family for nobody. Then what? I need to give something in order to receive something, right? Well, my family was put aside. I was not my family. This out of the question. I'm not sacrificing my family. So what I decided to do was promise myself then that every single customer was going to get the best of me, the best of my knowledge, the best of my ability, and every single customer that was going to pay me for my service, it was going to get more than what I promised in the beginning. Instead of less, I was going to give you more. That's my way of sacrificing for you. I'm always going to give you more for your dollar. And if I cannot give you a little more, I'm going to give you my best quality possible for you. I'm going to create the best experience possible. I know painting is traumatic sometimes when you have to move everything around the house, mask all the windows. It looks like a mess when you cover even the bushes around your house with blankets, plastic, or whatever. It looks like a disaster. So I understood that's kind of traumatic for my clients. So I'm always looking for ways to make the process better for them, less traumatic possible. That's what we've been known for. Almost 20 years in business. I've been so fortunate that I haven't had a customer that's mad at us. And I'm not saying that we haven't made mistakes, because we have made huge mistakes. We have corrected those mistakes, because how we handle those mistakes, actually, they respect us more. So making a mistake is not a problem. That's not the problem. It's how you handle the mistake that is the problem. I always encourage my team to avoid mistakes. But when they make one, they also have to be super good at fixing the mistake That never happened. So this is what I always believe. My customers deserve the best of what I can give them. And actually, there's a reason behind it that I believe that we need to give the best because people expect the best all the time. And even if you believe in God, Christ said, you got to love your neighbor like you love yourself. And many people don't even love themselves because they feel like if you love yourself, then you're selfish. But if you don't know how to love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? So you have to use that love, that care about yourself, so you can measure that and love the other person. And I agree with some of the people that have mentioned that we are different in some things. We're all humans with other professional companies. I respect them, and I don't consider them competition. I just consider them helpers because we're in the same line of work. But one of the things that I do think that differentiates us from other companies is I try to run my company with God principles. I don't lie to you because I don't like to be lied to. I don't steal from you because I don't like people stealing from me. I try to be honest and very transparent with you because that's how I like people to be with me. So in that instance, I feel like that's the only thing that differences us from many companies. That I don't do things to you. I wouldn't like other people doing it to me. Everybody needs to be respected. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody needs help. Everybody wants somebody honest. Well, at least to tell them how it is. If you're able to help them or you're not, you need to be transparent and honest in front. And I always try to do that for my clients. So if you looking for that kind of company that you can trust, I'm not just saying it right here. That's how I run my company. I treasure your trust. I'm always looking for your trust. And once you trust me, believe me, that's the most important thing that you can give me, and I will treasure it. I will take care of it because the smallest lie, the smallest dishonest thing can break the biggest trust. And I understand that. And I want you to understand that because I feel like this world is losing grip of honesty and transparency. Many people want some reward without hard work. Many people wants to make a lot of money, but they don't want to have or have to solve some problems. And being in the services, providing services for others, you just know that it's impossible. Every time somebody calls me that needs help with something, it's because they have a problem that I need to solve. So, my friends, this is what you get with Westpro and Sons. A human, just another human, imperfect human that will make mistakes, but we'll do the best to fix them when they happen. And you always can trust that we'll take care of your house, of your belongings, because they mean the world to you. They're very important to you, and they're very important to me. Because they're important to you, I'll take care of them. Because the house that you live in is important to you, I will take care of your home. I will protect it the best to my ability. So when we paint your house, it'll last you. Due to the circumstances of the weather, sometimes here in the Tri-Cities, we experience, harsh conditions, hot weather, cold weather, rain, dust, wind. That takes a beating on the properties. And I'm always looking for the best products to bring to you guys. I don't work with the cheap materials that don't last. Westpro and Sons is made for those people that care about quality and a job well done. And I know we're not for everybody. and everybody is not for me. I understand that. I just want serve those people that want that kind of quality, that kind of work, that kind of service, and that kind of company with that kind of principles. So if you're if you're one of those people, maybe you are the client for us, and maybe we are the company for you. So reach out here in the office. We're here behind the Hapo building. You can come to the office, say hello, and you're gonna be seeing us more and more in that community. We're gonna be more visible, trying to uh, go to those events, maybe joining some programs here in the community. That way, you know who we are and what we're all about. That's the reason I want to make this long video, to introduce ourselves, introduce myself. If you don't know me, at least you have an idea what we believe and why we believe this, and why I make this commitment to you to always give you the best of my ability, because I feel like that's the least I can do. When you're gonna pay me for my service, I'm gonna provide you the best quality possible. All right? I hope to see you soon. I hope to work with you, and that'll be my pleasure. If you need any other contractor, we have many contractors here in my office that do different things. We can always recommend any contractor at no extra cost to you. So just reach out with any need that you have, and we'll be happy to help you. Have a great day.